Hello and welcome to another YouTube video when we are going to talk about programmation. Okay, so in today's videos we are going to talk about what is an algorithm, what is a variable, and what are the kind of variables we can use into an algorithm. So I hope you enjoyed the video. My name is Joan Sebastian with my friend
Andrés Felipe.
we're going to tell you about what is an algorithm. We're going to use an example and we're going to use a table or a table for you to make even easier to understand what is an algorithm. So let's hop into the video. Before we do truly algorithm, we need to know what is an algorithm. An algorithm is a set of ordered and finite steps that allow us to solve a problem. It could be a code, but not necessary. It's the logic before the code. For example, if we want to make coffee, we heat the water, add the coffee, and then serve. That is already an algorithm because it follows a logical sequence to achieve a goal. In programming, we do exactly the same thing, but we solve mathematical or computational problems.
Okay, now what is a variable? A variable is a space in memory where we store data. We can think of it as a box with a name. For example, age equally 20, price equally 50,000. A variable has three important elements: a name, a data type, and a value. Variables allow us to store the information that the algorithm needs in order to work.
Okay, so now that we know what is a variable, we have to know what are the types of variables or the most common, or at least what we're going to use on the following example we're going to share with us. The types of variables we're going to talk about are going to be the input variables and the process variables. The input variables are these are data provided by the user. For example, the PU as an unit price, the CP as a quantity of the products, and PD as discount of percentage, and EVA percentage, that is the EVA. These values are not calculated by the system, they are received. Okay, those were the input variables. Now we're going to talk about the process variables. The process variables are intermediate results that the algorithm needs in order to reach the final solution, the final result, what we want to do with our algorithm. For example, the subtotal, the discount, and tax. These are variables that help recognize the calculation step by step. The last one and the most important we're going to talk about today is the output variable. This is the final result that the algorithm produces. In our case, is the total to pay.
How to build an algorithm? To construct an algorithm correctly, we must follow these steps. Number one, analyze the problem, identify the variables, define the inputs, define the process, and define the output. We never start by coding immediately. First, we organize the logic.
Okay, now that we know what is a variable and what is the algorithm, we're going to talk about an example. And the example is going to be one we made ourselves. And we know that an algorithm is something created to solve a problem. The problem we have is the following one. A store wants to calculate the total amount to pay for the purchase of the sculptures. The system receives the following variables: the unit price, the quantity, the discount percentage, and the EVA percentage, and the objective is to calculate the final total. Step 1. The first step we're going to do is to calculate the discount. And the discount is going to be discount is equal to subtotal multiplied by PD divided by 100. The step 3 is going to be to subtract the discount. That is going to be the following exercise. Subtotal with discount is equal to subtotal minus discount. The step 4 is to calculate the IVA. To calculate the IVA, we have this variable called tax that is equal to subtotal with discount multiplied by P IVA divided by 100. And the step 5 is going to be calculating the total amount. And to calculate the total amount is going to be subtotal with discount plus tax, and that is going to give us the result.
Well, why not use one log formula? Although it is mathematically possible, but it is not recommended. A good algorithm must be clear, organized, easy to understand, easy to debug, and breaking the process into steps improves clarity and demonstrates a proper understanding of the logic. Well, in conclusion, an algorithm is a logical sequence of steps. A variable is a space where we store data. There are input process and output variables. And most importantly, programming is not about upgrading a code. Programming is about solving problems in a structured way. If the logic is correct, the code becomes simple. Thank you very much.